What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, we got a very fun tutorial for you guys. But it's not just a regular tutorial. Today is going to be a first impressions tutorial as well. So we have some new products to play with. We have the new Bite Changemaker Foundation, which of course Bite is now in the foundation game. So we're going to try this out today and see what I think. We also have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So the satin finish version of the iconic e.l.f. concealer, and this is in the shade Fair Beige. We also have the new Fenty Beauty Full Frontal 'Cause I'm Black mascara right here. The mascara brush that goes from flat to fat. Trying this one out today, and I will see how I think of it as well. We are also playing with the finally got it in my hands, the BH Cosmetics Laviedunprince eyeshadow palette right here. It is absolutely stunning, and that's what on my eyes today. So if you want to see what the real tea is on the products, what I think of them, all that fun jazz, and of course how I got this intense look, then keep on watching. I am just sitting here at 8:40 in the evening drinking coffee out of my Slytherin's cup, and I am ready to get started with this look. Let's see what happens. Started with this look, of course, I'm going in with the Mitchell P. Louise Blank Canvas Eye Primer before I go in with some eyeshadow. And I'm going in with a palette that I have been wanting to play with ever since it launched, and I finally have it in my hands. Now for eyeshadow today, I'm going to go in with the new collaboration between BH Cosmetics and Laviedunprince, I believe I pronounced that right, 12 color shadow palette. So of course, as you can see, butterflies on the outside packaging, you open it up and you have 12 beautiful neutrals and pops of colors in this palette. So I definitely say that this is definitely a really cute rainbow slash like neutrals vibe kind of palette. I'm actually living for it, and I think that the price point was actually really nice. It was like $18 for the palette, which is really good when it comes to, you know, shadow palettes. So of course I love the packaging, and I'm really excited about doing this because I've been a fan of his for a very long time, and I really wanted to buy this palette and show support, you know what I mean? And I also really love BH Cosmetics as well. So as I shut up, I'm going to go in with the shade Sueño, which is a deep kind of violet purple. I'm just taking it on a BH number 8 like blending brush and just packing it on the outer corner, and of course packing it into the crease. I'm just taking Sueño on a M441 brush and just kind of like blending out the outer edges. So like I said, I didn't really know how to pronounce his Instagram, you know, account name, but I do know that his real name is Jose. But honestly, his makeup is like always on point. That's another reason why I love his artistry, and I really wanted to buy this palette, obviously because the colors are really cute and I love BH, but like, you know, to show support. I really think that there definitely needs to be a lot more collaborations on boys in makeup, because honestly we are doing the damn thing when it comes to looks, when it comes to serving it. We are like amazing, and I really have seen so much talent come out of the last 2 years. And I definitely am so happy that I've opened my eyes to a lot more amazing and talented artists. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Lavied, I believe, right here. And that is a nice bright pink. I'm actually going to take that right above the Sueño shade on a Morphe M503 brush. And I'm just going to blend out, you know, the outer edges with this color to kind of blend the two colors together. Now I'm going to go back in with the shade Lavied, and I'm just going to take it on the Morphe blending brush and just kind of blend out the harsh kind of edges. And I'm also winging it out, of course, because I really want to do a lot more like winged shadow looks. But I'm just kind of blending everything together. I'm actually going to go in with the shade right up. I'm actually going to go in with the shade right next to it, which is called Monarch, I believe, Monarch. And that is, of course, like a orangey shade on the same Morphe blending brush. And I'm just kind of like getting a sunset blend kind of vibe going on. Of course, I am going to do like a brow bone highlight later on, but of course, you know how I love to fill in all available space. I don't always recommend it, but when you're doing like bold looks like how I am, go all the way up to the brow bone. It's completely fine. So as you can see, I already cut my crease. It's looking really cute, but I actually really want to do something kind of cute today. I actually really want to do like a line, like almost like a double cut crease kind of moment. So right here, I'm actually just going to draw a cute little line of one shade. I'm going to go in with the shade Noel, I believe, which is a yellow shade. I'm taking on a Morphe M410 brush, and I'm just going to kind of pack that in a line, of course, under the xoxo shade that I already used earlier, and you know, get a nice little lined yellow moment. Now as you can see, I cut my crease again before this gets untacky. I'm gonna go in with the shade Cielo, I believe, right here. This is, of course, like a really nice, bright kind of blue shade. I'm taking on a Morphe Jeffree Star JS10 brush, and I'm just going to pack this on to the lid. On a Morphe M156 brush, I'm actually going to take the shade Cocoon, which is a bright kind of green, say lime green kind of shade. I'm just packing this right next to Cielo and getting a nice blend going on the outer corner. As you can see, we got a nice cute little blend going on right here. I am now gonna go do the other side off camera, and I will be right back after I clean up all these lines to do some base with you guys this time. Okay, so far the eyeshadow is actually looking really cute. Let me just get some of this hair out of my face, because of course we're gonna go in with a foundation, which is a first impression, and this one I have been seeing online, and I have two of my peers, Scott and Nick, who tried this out, and honestly, they said it was everything, and it looked really beautiful on their skin, so let me try it now as well. This is the Bite Beauty Change Maker Supercharged Micellar Foundation, and this is in the shade L115 or L15, and this one is of course a light shade. It says, the skin-like finish you crave, the clean formula you deserve, medium coverage, and it just says it's a micellar power like foundation. So I'm really excited about trying this one out. Of course, I am going to be using my Juno & Co. sponge. So I took about that much right there. So I might not need that much, but we will see. Of course, I've never worn this foundation or tried it on, so we'll see what it looks like. So it has like a very clean scent to it, and this color definitely is a pretty good match, actually. Of course, I don't know if there's any like special way to apply the foundation. I'm just kind of going in with my regular everyday like routine. Thing too is my skin has been a little dry recently, but this one should be hydrating, I would say. So I'm actually excited to see how it's going to look. Now the foundation is completely on. It actually doesn't look bad. So far, it definitely very much has like a skincare-like kind of concoction to it, because you can definitely kind of see, it almost looks like you're applying like a BB cream. So it definitely is very moisturizing, and of course you can see it kind of gives like a nice little bit of glow before it really dries down. I'm going to go in with a new concealer that just launched from the drugstore, not the high-end, but the drugstore, and that is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So similar to the other Camo concealer, but now this one is hydrating, and this is in the shade Fair Beige. I was going to go in with Light Peach, which is the shade that I have in the other one, but the colors are a little different. It was a little bit yellow, and I was not here for it, and I really love the other concealer. This color definitely is my color, but I will definitely see once it applies onto the skin what I'm going to think of this one. Now the concealer is on, and it actually looks really good, and it's actually blending really nicely together on the skin. The concealer is definitely very nice full coverage without feeling a little cakey or anything like that. It actually is looking really smooth. So now I'm going to go in cream contour, and I'm going to set my face, and I'll be right back. Now that everything is set and done, did you see what I did there? I am actually really liking the foundation. It actually does look like my skin, so it's not looking weird, it's not looking crunchy, it's not looking any cakiness or anything like that. It just looks like my skin now that it's been set. It actually just looks super smooth, and I actually really like that. I'm gonna go back in with the eyes, of course. I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M410 in the shade Noel again, and I'm just gonna kind of line right here under the green. Just get another cute little eyeliner moment. Now with a Morphe Jeffree Star JS13 brush, I'm going to go back in with this shade Sueño, and I'm just going to blend this under the lower lash line, of course mixing it in under the yellow shade that we used again, and just add this to the wing. As you can see, I blended a few colors together. I'm going to now go back in with Cielo, I believe. And I'm just kind of tucking this right here on the lower lash line to finish off this graphic inner corner. For brow bone highlight, I'm going to go in with the shade Metamorphosis right here, which reminds me of that Hilary Duff song. Does anybody remember that? Of course, from the first album. That song was iconic, honestly. I'm obsessed with it. So I'm just kind of taking that under the brow bone right here. Ooh, that's actually really stunning. And just getting a nice little brow bone highlight moment with this shade. Okay, so now that I'm done with this side, I'm going to, of course, finish this side off camera. I'll put on some mascara, some lashes, and some brows because they are not a part of this video. And then I'll be right back to finish off the rest of this look with you guys. Okay, so as you can see, everything is finished. The eyes are done. The brows are on. I'm using the Dip Brow Gel and the Brow Wiz in Soft Brown from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm wearing the So Charming lashes from Morphe, which is a first impression. And of course, we also have a first impression for mascara, which I did put on by myself because I feel like I make really weird faces when I put on mascara on camera, and that is the new Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Volume Mascara. So this one is supposed to have a fat to flat kind of brush, so of course you can see it's more of the flat edge, and then you turn it and there is the fat side. It didn't go on thick or clumpy. It actually is quite nice. I like the flat side for like defining, and then of course the fluffy fat side, just to kind of get that volume and dimension. Now it's time to go in with some blush. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Blusher Reloaded Peach Bliss, and I'm taking it on a Jeffree Star Morphe Cover Me in Blush brush, which still, by the way, that song, funny and iconic. I actually wanted to ask you guys, is there anything from like a certain era, and I mean it could be any year or it could be any decade, but something that you lived in that you would love to go back to, either a moment in time or a year in the past if you could? Like, I would probably say I would want to relive either like 2007, 2008. I don't really know why. It's like one of those like years that was like nostalgic for me for a lot of reasons. I wouldn't mind, you know, dipping back in there and seeing how Little Canyon was doing back then, because it wasn't as good as it is now in 2020 for me. Bronzer, I'm going to go in with a Morphe Glamour Bronze Icon Bronzer, which, by the way, they need to make permanent because I know they brought it back for like a limited time, but they need to make it permanent because it is like the greatest, like, affordable giant bronzer that I have used in a very, very long time. So, Morphe, if you're ever watching this, which I hope you will be one day, love you, but I will say, please bring these bronzers back permanently. They are iconic. Now for some glow, I'm going to go in with the new ColourPop Press Illuminator in Champagne Bubbles. It is, of course, like a giant, like, Omega Bronze kind of golden vibe. So I'm excited to try this formula out. I have not used this just yet. So I'm trying out the consistency. It is a little bit harder pressed, I would say, but look at how beautiful it goes on as well. This actually reminds me a lot of the Jeffree Star Skin Frost formulation. Like, it's a little bit on the harder press side, but when it gets on there, it gets on there. For lip, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Makeup Talk Lip Liner. This is not a first impression, of course. We are pretty much done with the first impressions of this video. But I will have to say really quick, the highlighter, I don't think it's for me because the formulation is a little bit on the dry, chunky kind of side, and it just would not swatch at all. For lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Mademoiselle from Fenty Beauty in Up to No Good. And now I'm just going to apply this right in the center of these lips. A cute little nude, peachy ombre effect. Here you have it, you guys. This is the final look at doing this full face first impressions. Of course, I am living, breathing, gagging, cremated.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Dead to the curb. I don't even care what you want to say. I am feeling this fantasy. I'm feeling this look. I'm obsessed with how it came out. And it is so different and so unique for me. And I'm thinking that Canyon 2020 is iconic. Let me just say that right now, because I have been feeling all the looks that I've done recently. I've been in my creative element. I'm really excited about what's to come, and this is just a sneak peek, you know what I mean? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.